In the spirit of Irish John Games, hello, and welcome to another one line of code. It is dark in here. Yes, I love the dark. Hi, welcome to another one line of code. I am One Lion. As you can tell, I am in the middle of my workday and no haircut. As you can tell, I got my haircut. No, I did not get my haircut. Unless this is recorded. Anyway, hi, I'm still wearing my lav mic. Mute that. Probably recording. So here's the cool thing. We could do that. Oh my gosh. I really want to get... But he doesn't... It would be cool if... we messed around and did some AI video generation, and he responded to chat by using text gen. So read chat, use text gen to generate a response, turn that response to audio, turn that audio to video of himself. Hi, Deflux. It's a thing. All right, let me get caught up and then we'll start. So as you can tell, I am in the middle of my workday, and stand-up, we had some post stand-up events that were happening. So our build was broken again, but now it's fixed, and I was helping my PM do a new PR. So many acronyms. Via GitHub. I don't know why I just put Git by itself. So I need to download our install file real quick and test it. So we're going to stay on this screen for a minute. I added some functionality to the project, to our application, that we are shipping as soon as possible. We're supposed to be on code freeze, but there were some issues that happened, and we're still going through security review. And now we have a new privacy review because the functionality that I added was connecting to the single sign-on account for this particular manufacturer, blah, 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 blah. Where's my mouse? And so because now we are doing one request to their profile after they log in to get their display name, even though we're not displaying anything other than the display name they have entered into their profile, we still need to go through a full new privacy review because we are accessing their profile via an API. So annoying, but whatever. Download it. Install, please. But that's fine though, because we would need to go through a security review or a privacy review for the next release, which will be 2.6. So the release after this one, because we're going to add the ability to manage your warranty information, your registration information. Hi Mojo, and thanks for the lurk. Your registration information, update your user profile, phone numbers, see your open support cases if you have any, see any advisories that are out for any devices that you have registered or connected to the system that you're running the app on. And it's going to be cool. So it's been a lot of fun working with APIs and doing internet connected work again, because the app, like I said before, is a desktop app. It does a lot of hardware checks, hardware diagnostics is what I'm trying to say. And so everything, oh no, oh my gosh. That's gonna be a long day. That's all I gotta say. So I really want to get through the stream. I don't want to steal too much time away from the stream, but at the same time, the change that I made, when you push the sign in button, the application just crashes. It just disappears. And I can't reproduce it in dev, even when I switch to release mode. Man, okay. Anyway, I'll have to figure out if anyone else is having that issue. So anyway, I would like to end the stream on time today, is what I'm trying to say. That said, today is Community Day, so Dukasoft so kindly posted the community, or did the Community Day command to talk all about it. I will be preparing the voice channel in our Discord for Community Day. This is going to be a hard one for me. Not going to lie. Ooh. Virtual camera on. All right, so now my camera will be showing in Discord so that if anyone does want to join for Community Day using your voice, then you can hop into our Discord, join any voice channel, let me know in chat that you want to hop into the stream room, and I will pull you in and you can use your voice to have conversations with us. If you don't feel like having your voice come through on stream, because remember that after the stream, I usually post the VOD to YouTube. And if you don't want that either, then don't join via voice, but you can still participate in Community Day through chat, if you so feel like it. Here's my desktop. Unless we get some participants for Community Day, there's a few things that we can do. Number one is to continue our journey. Do you get it? Journey. With trying to get audio working, sound playing in our game. And we have a stream game that we developed over the past 27 streams. You know what? I didn't update anything. Community Day plus Day 28 is the new title. and back to the starting screen so that I can remember for the next time to update this. Community Day plus day 28. It's the title. Okay. I should just make it count down again. There we go. All right. We're doing it, Peter. So, what I've done is yesterday I took some time to watch through Steve Sanderson's 2022 .NET Conf for the .NET 7 release, where he was showing the audio browser application, and I recreated it too, but then I cloned his repo. So the one that you're looking at on screen is his current repo, which should still be running. And so the actual thing looks like this. And if I pick a folder that has audio, such as in music, gosh, I don't know which of my drives has my music. E drive? Music? Okay, all right, cool. Check this out. I got 2 live crew. I haven't seen this folder in a really long time, so I really don't know what's in here. Let's go into the Anne Boleyn folder and choose the cities album. So the application that he demoed is one where you can pick a folder location that has audio files in it. It decodes those files so that you can create a waveform, and then it represents that waveform on the right with a preview button. So that's what this is here. So right now it is crashing. What? Decode audio data on base audio content, unable to decode audio data. Can you tell me which file it was trying to do it on? It probably can't decode WMA files. What are the chances? Can you open in new window? Let's see if I have any folders with just MP3s. Yeah, okay. Blueprints for the black market. These are just MP3s. Can you decode MP3s? I mean, it crashed still, but you can see that it's decoding and creating the wave files. So anyway, if I play it, I'll be able to hear it. Ow. At full volume. Good grief. Waves are crashing. Anyway, so point is, yes, it did load the MP3 files, and it seems like there are just a couple that it couldn't decode. Point is, we're able to load files in the browser and play them. So that's step 1 for figuring out how to get sounds to play in Blazor Wasm. However, he relied heavily on using JavaScript. And so he gave us this media files JavaScript file, and his reasoning was the browser already knows how to do the decoding. So why not just use the browser to decode all of the file types? Otherwise, you'd have to find some C# library that can decode each of the file types. So that's what this is, though. The other thing that's happening is that the pitch on the audio is a little bit higher, and he doesn't mention that during the video. He just kind of ignores that issue because it's not about the actual functionality of the app. It was just showing the app using new .NET 7 features. Step 2, crashing. Done. But anyway, apparently you can use this audio context class and decode audio file using the bytes for the actual file itself. I'd be interested in seeing what I can't today. I'd be interested in seeing what other properties we can provide to this, such as in speed or pitch or anything like that. But he does have, is this mine or his? His. He does have controls in there that maybe he didn't fully implement or something, but one of the things in this audio browser page was audio preview, was voice changer effects. But it doesn't actually do anything at the moment. So I don't know if he just didn't implement it yet or what. Again, this is just his cloned main branch from that repo. But at least we do have a way to load audio and play it, if no other way works. The other one that I was trying to watch, but then I got super duper busy, was the Carl Franklin video that we found. Or I don't remember who found it, but I'm really appreciative of it. Who, by the way, I saw you there, Dukasoft, but he was on C# Fritz's stream and then had to reschedule for whatever reasons. I wasn't fully paying attention, but it seemed like there were some technical difficulties or stuff wasn't set up. Audio issues. Yeah, show me the solution overview. So he's using Avian Audio, which he wrote. Is it like open source? Okay. He's going to show us, you know what? I'm going to play this one in a browser that you can hear. Blazor train. I'll try to modulate the volume so it's not super duper loud. And we're probably going to get ads on this.
Hi, I'm Carl Franklin. In this episode of Blazor Train, I'm introducing AVN.
This is Carl Franklin.
Here. AVN Audio. Use FFM. So in order to use it, you don't have to link directly to any JavaScript files.
Right. I need to keep my eye on Discord.
All right. So the first demo I'll show you is a standalone WebAssembly demo. AVN Audio WASM demo. So this is going to record audio, save it to a local WebM file, and it uses a package called Blazor File Saver. And this is a cool,
which is fine. I don't care about Blazor File Saver.
The first thing you do is enumerate the input devices. Okay, play web.
Okay, now what about playing back the audio? That's all I care about.
WebAssembly app that records and sends each. One is process audio file buffer, where the whole file has been uploaded. The server calls out to FFmpeg to convert the WebM file.
Didn't you just say that this doesn't use FFmpeg?
It does this at the same time. It changes the sample type from 48,000 to whatever the desired sample rate is. And then it deletes the original WebM file. All right? So you can.
Yeah, so now this isn't actually playing audio files in a Blazor app. This is recording live stream audio. So probably not the thing that I'm looking for. I've already dismissed it. That's right. Without even listening to half of it. I will watch that whole video though, because I'm interested in seeing it. Turn towards me, Mike. Mike. So far, this is the only full implementation that I have for being able to load file in the browser. Oh my gosh. You don't want to mess with HTML elements. You can do var audio equals new audio and then audio file blah play. So that's cool and all. The thing that I need to be able to do is add so like, I mean, you guys have seen sound alerts, right? I'm sure you have. We use it on the stream. I'm gonna log into it real quick. Sound alerts. Dashboard. Okay, so I am logged in. Is there anything that I don't want to show? No. Okay. So here's sound alerts. And they have this library thing where they are loading all of the sound alerts that exist somewhere. Maybe it's on a server, maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know where it is. And they have this preview button, which I'm going to try to pick one that isn't super loud. I'm not going to be able to find one. It's all just going to be super loud. Here. There we go. Excuse me. But anyway, there you go. Cards. Sounds loaded. You push the preview button, it plays the sound. That's essentially what we want, except that we're going to automate playing the sound. And it's going to be triggered by various things. And what I'm thinking of doing, so here's the methodology at least that I am thinking up front. The archery game starts with a redemption. So you start the archery game, boom, you get a sound. The archery game is not currently running. I could have sworn that we just tested to see if the bot was listening. And it was listening. Yeah. Look, this is Dukasoft's most recent message, which means it's listening. Refresh one more time. Bot game. Archery game. Archery game, work. Please work. Archery game. We saw it redeemed. Redeem! All right, I'm gonna reconnect the, relaunch the bot. Maybe the, no, it got the redemption. I was gonna say maybe the redemption connection somehow failed, timed out. I'm gonna move you over here. I got so many things on that window now. On that display is what I said. Aha, aha, wait, are there errors? There are errors. There were errors. Mm. Speaking of games, check out Rise of Piracy on Steam or the Microprose website. Yeah. Rise of Piracy is an RTS game where you command ships and fleets and stuff, and you can do trade and bartering and just go around having a fun time being a pirate, or not being a pirate. Maybe you are just doing it because you want to take over. Red Cabin Games, what are you doing? I don't know if you did that on purpose, but you just made a what? Red Cabin, I don't think your stream is marked mature. He's flying around a personal massager in his game currently on his stream. That's very distracting. Okay. Anyway, we're reconnected. I'm refreshing the bot game. We're going to redeem the bot game. And noise. It's not redeeming anymore. Why is stuff broken? So this thing knows that we redeemed the bot game, that we redeemed archery, but for whatever reason, it's not loading. You know what? I bet you it's this thingy here from my audio sources. Where's audio sources? Excuse me, protected override on initialize. Actually, audio sources we made into a private static read only. New file audio source. Okay, cool. There's that one, and then it's also possible. Oh no, we didn't inject it. Okay. Oh, maybe we did. Why are you above these injects and not those? Okay, I got this. Why you break stuff? Are we injecting anything that is not actually ready? No, we aren't. We should be good. So I saved it that. It doesn't need a rebuild. I'll just refresh the page. I'll keep wasting all of my pause on trying to redeem this archery game. There it goes. Okay, so that our new component that we're going to use for doing the sounds is causing stuff to break. So anyway, when it first starts, it'll make a noise. We'll figure out what noise together. When you shoot, there's going to be a sequence of noises that happen. So my plan is we will know how long the arrow stays in the air. We'll know whether or not it hits the target or flies past the target. And so the noises that it should make is at 0, draw, so like the draw noise, and then the release noise will start at the actual arrow flight times 0, going into, quick shoot before it crashes, going into the flight itself, which might just be a kind of sound. And then if it hits the target, then we know when it hits the target. So then at that timestamp, it'll go bang, or whatever the noise is going to be. Or probably a thud, a nice solid thud, like the door closing sound of a good solid gar, which is super important, obviously. So yeah, and then if it misses, then we can have a ah sound or something, and maybe some cheering if it hits. Anyway, but the first thing that we need to do is get the app to be able to play sound. Okay, so shoot 5. This is just my go-to, 5, 60, or 70. We're gonna go with 60. It goes make the target smaller after you shot. That is a really small target already. Oh dear, one lion. It seems like your arrow ended up way short of the target. To tell you the truth, you scored only 0 this time. Remember, practice makes perfect. Don't be discouraged. Now only one attempt left to prove yourself. Good luck. That was my last attempt, Automated ROMs. You suck at this. Okay, so loading in. There were a ton of things that I learned from Steve Sanderson's tutorial video, though, which are just awesome. This approach that we're using here, which I believe I got from a million years ago when JavaScript isolation was first coming out. Chris Sainty was one of the first people to come up with methodology for doing isolated JavaScript, and he posted it in a tutorial, and I'm pretty sure this is the methodology from that tutorial. Okay, so the first thing that we need, though, is a sound, right? So sound player is a Blazor component. Takes an audio source. So we get an audio source. Play the file. Okay, so let's find out what exactly was crashing on the game page when I had this discommented. You go down here. It's probably something to do with this file doesn't exist. And it needed a rebuild. Fantastic. Fantastic. Fanfare. If you have a moment, please install the latest master build and launch it. Click the sign in button and let me know if it crashes for you. Okay, send. All right. I feel like I'm leaning all the way over. I need to stop leaning. Where are we? Okay, I got this. Connect with Twitch. With who? I'm just feeling like super duper claustrophobic and all over the place. I got so many tabs open that I don't know what they are anymore. I know what this one is. We can close that. I think these are all resources for trying to figure out how to do the audio stuff. But we're going to try going to the game page and seeing if there is a crash. No, the only thing that we get are 404 errors because there is no source / Aerofly. Or sounds / Aerofly. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to record. That's right, we're doing all of this live. And this is going to kill my audio. I should have had this open first. Can you still hear me? You can still hear me, so that's good. It didn't completely still all of our audio. I wonder if it'll let me record. So this is Audacity. It's free. The end. That's all I'm going to say about it. And so we're going to record the arrow flying sound. Are you ready? Are you ready? It didn't hear it. It did not hear it. Go with the raw mic. Let's try this again. There. That is our arrow flying sound. Jeez. You guys can't hear Audacity, right? No, you can't. Okay, so that was a little bit too hard. I need to be a little quieter. Yeah, I think I want to try this using the crisp mic, though, so it filters out the computer sound. And it didn't hear that because Crisp does a really good job of filtering out sounds that are not speaking voice. So we're gonna have to work with this. Instead, I will turn this into silence. Edit. Actually, we can split. Yeah, we can add there. Probably here. Split. Delete. Delete. Move you over. Too far. Arigato. Let's see if I can stretch it out some. No, I want to stretch the actual audio clip. So we do that by adding an effect. Stretch, 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 stretch. Select the audio for sliding stretch and try again. I select you. Effect. I already forgot where that was. Pitch and tempo, sliding stretch. That went faster. That went really fast. And that might be a little too slow. Redeems stretch. Slower. Yeah, that was really close. Yeah. Okay. So apply. Play. Yes. Okay. Save this, and then I will let you guys hear it. Save. Save. Export audio to Audacity. No. We're just going to put it directly in the project folder. Where's this project folder? We're gonna put it in Blazor UI. Because lazy, that's right. What I probably would want to do, and I'm still leaning towards it, is create a separate project for all of my sound stuff, including the sound files, but yeah, we're just putting it here. And then we're going to call it Aerofly. And we may as well make it the compressed file version so that it doesn't take up very much space. It doesn't need to be like super duper quality. Okay, so can I make it to where you can hear the sound? If I open Firefox and we drag and drop that file, not now, thank you, into your Hello Disco. Whew. Yeah, did you hear it? Whew. That's the sound of an arrow flying. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have a file to work with. And now this one will no longer give us a... Oh, yes, it will, because we need to tell it to export. What do we do with CSS? Content do not copy. Oh. We need to be in... Why is / not working? Content / Blazor UI / sounds. So that's all that was wrong. I gave it the wrong path. So as long as we have an audio source to start with, we can play around some more and figure out how to play it using Blazor, which we can do. And I'm sure that there was one more article that I wanted to find that told us how to play using Blazor. It was an ugly implementation, according to the person that found it. It was like, this is not great, but anything will do for me. As long as it loads. I mean, as long as it plays sound when I tell it to. Refresh. And where are you keeping the log? Preserve log. Okay. All right. Why don't I see the MP3 anymore? What happened? Audio source, content, Blazor UI, sounds, arrow. Yeah, let's follow this link. Copy link address, pasta. Yeah, definitely there. So why was it trying to load it before and this time it's not trying to load it anymore? That confuses me. But whatever, it loaded. Oh, whoa, it's broken. No interop methods registered for renderer 1. What even does that mean? Exports is undefined. Right. We started to talk about this. If you're using TypeScript, when we compile using the TypeScript NuGet package, the MS build, Microsoft.TypeScript.ms build. It makes it use, I think, ECMAScript 5. Hi, Napalm. And we need it to output an ES6. And that way, we get rid of this use strict object define exports module because it's saying that this doesn't exist and that this is null. And so what I tried to do before was right click, and this is what I remember doing to get it to work. Right click, go to properties, TypeScript, general, change this to ECMAScript 6. No JSX, because we're not doing React. And then this didn't affect anything when we tried. Maybe I just need to delete it and have it recreate it. Oops. Does anyone else have experience using TypeScript in Blazor projects? In non-Angular, non-React projects? Yeah, it's still doing this. I mean, I have experience doing it. I have non-Angular, non-React, but not Blazor. Well, how about just .NET? So even MVC, Razor Pages, as long as the compiled JavaScript looks more like this. Oh, export function. So as long as this is what gets emitted from transpiling the TypeScript. That's the wrong project. Okay, so for example, my shared library has a shared interop TS, and the way that nope, just by itself. First I have is a .NET Aspire app that starts an NPM app and connects it to .NET Web API. That works, but I did see Blazor TypeScript interop generator. This thing, I know it's not the direction you're going. It might be. Like, what does it do? What do you... Generates a C# Blazor interop proxy. Oh, so this is actually a code generator to write the C# classes that correspond to your TypeScript. That's cool. I like this a lot. It's simple enough that I don't mind doing it. So it's essentially making a C# wrapper around this function, for example. Even that software does Office add-ins, he might know. Yeah. But I don't want to call him out of lurk if he's lurking. One thing that I just saw that I have in my other project that I don't have in this one is... Yes, I do. It's right here. TypeScript target ES6 label configuration. Yeah, we don't have a condition. It's going to be always. Always. And of course, it's not going to regenerate the file now because there are no changes. Yeah, save. That's Canhorn if you bumped into him before. He streams on Twitch. That's cool. I love Twitch .NET streamers. Canhorn. and I'll do a shout out for him. Can horn. Oh, my bot is. Dang it. Let's do this shout out. So if you guys don't know Can Horn, Deflux recommends him, or is saying, I'm not saying you're recommending him, says that Can Horn is a .NET developer that streams. So give him a follow. I love following. Oh, he does recommend. Cool. I love following .NET devs. So I am now following Can Horn, who is going to stream again in about 7.5 hours, which probably won't be making it to his streams because he streams around the same time as the evening streamers. Dang it. But anyway, still followed. Providing support. Okay. You regenerated? You regenerated and you gave me all this crap. Why? What else? The other thing that I have is and I don't have a TS config, really? Yeah, the only other thing that I'm specifying in my configuration is that it's outputting to www.root/js, but they are definitely compiling in ES6, transpiling, whatever you want to call it. TS config. No, I don't use TS config. Ugh. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure the app is not running. We're going to delete the JavaScript file that got generated. We're going to clean and rebuild. Which a rebuild does also clean, but I'm going to do that anyway. Maybe that'll force it to reread my CS proj and know that we want to that we want to target ES6 when we transpile our JavaScript. Okay. Rebuild. Oh, no. Reload. Installar. Dang it. Rebuild again. Come on, ES6. Dang it. Disable adding use script by using a for this. Wait, using project settings. Yes, yes, please. So I didn't read the whole thing, of course. I'm terrible at this. Don't follow in my footsteps. Make sure you read whatever documentation you find. Hello, good VJ. How's it going? How you done? I hope you're well. But I can't read. Okay, come on. Oh my goodness. Target script module kind. Oh, is target script module kind the AMD common JS blah 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 settings? No. Do not emit output if errors are found. Generate corresponding map. What happens if I do this? Now I'm just trying random things. Ba-ba-dum. Build. Hello? Are you gonna do the TypeScript build? Does that only happen on rebuild? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Why? Oh, yeah, what property did that give us? Looks like everything closed for me. Thank goodness. As I mentioned before, I was getting pretty claustrophobic. So, closing tabs, that's fine. TypeScript preserve. So, maybe I do want... Wait, what did that say? TypeScript module kind. We want ES6, please. That kind of looks like I wasn't happy with that. But it's fine. Yes. Okay. So, word to the wise. Instead of only using TypeScript target ES6, in order to get your isolated JavaScript file to transpile from TypeScript correctly, after you install the NuGet package for Microsoft.TypeScript.msbuild, this one, into the project or projects that use it. Remember, transitive dependency is a thing, so you only need to install it in maybe one source so that all of them share if you have TypeScript in multiple projects. Anyway, so you install this NuGet package, go into your CS proj for the project that has your TypeScript files, and specify TypeScript target ES6 and TypeScript module kind ES6. And hopefully that will output your JavaScript file in the correct, I don't know what this is called, format, syntax, that you can actually use with your JavaScript isolation. We're going to do one more abstraction on this that I just learned yesterday from Steve Sanderson's video. And I think it's a really cool way of doing it. But we'll figure it out. Figure it out. We'll fire. I'm really tired. Oh man. I think I exhausted my energy trying to not be frustrated earlier. And yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that did it. We'll see if we still have any errors on the page. We shouldn't anymore. We should be able to use that soundplayer.razor.js. Underscore content Blazor UI components, sound components, soundplayer.razor.js. Yeah, we should be able to use this file now. It's going to be a great because so Napalm says, slow day. Sleepy driving me crazy? I have to look at documentation today in preparation for what we will need to create soon. I'm reading documentation today too for an API that I am accessing the endpoints from, and I'm having a blast. They have exposed a lot of helpful endpoints for our support services that we can use in our app and make it to where there's just one place that a customer would need to go for all of their hardware troubleshooting needs. So they open our app, they log in, they can see their registered devices, their warranty, support tickets. If they have an issue with a piece of their hardware, they do diagnostics tests on it. If there's an error, there's troubleshooting guides, and then we can redirect them to the actual support site if needed. It's great. It's really fun. I love being able to consume APIs and enhance user experience that way. There was an unhandled exception on the circuit, so this circuit will be terminated. You know what? You did not pull in the right file this time. You still used the old file. Dear sir or madam, can you take a look? Yucks. President Usher says, ugh, medical software. Been there, done that too many times. There was only one medical software I had to work with. But Napalm said functional and technical specs being medical stuff is pretty stringent. Ironically, we had tech writers at my other medical company, so this is fun. Lols. So you say, in a very believable way. So many tabs. So many tabs. Nope, still need that one. I don't want that page open anymore. You know what? I don't want that page open anymore. You're causing me to crash. Don't crash. Red light. Is there a dark mode in Stack Overflow? I guess I'm not logged in, so it wouldn't matter. The medical software I used to work with was called Vista. Yes, the same name as the operating system. And it was the VA everything application. So they did all of their human resources stuff in it. Get the Dark Reader extension. Yeah, it doesn't always do what I want it to do. And there's like, I don't know, I get malware warnings on it. But I used to have it installed. It's fine. It'll be fine, right? But anyway, hi Revenov. So anyway, they had all of their human resources stuff that got done in it, time and attendance, and patient records, and everything was managed from that same system, and it was using a essentially DOS interface. It was pretty terrible. and very, very outdated, even for 2013 or 14, whenever I was there. Yeah, so what I ended up doing for at least the human resources part of it, because that's what my job was to modernize their human resources systems. I because they didn't let me do it using full.net, I used Access, because I used to use Access for everything, and I made a user interface that was, you know, buttons, and it was pretty much like making a VB6 application. And the back end was a whole bunch of VBA scripts that would use that Vista program and then download all of the records that I needed. And so it would do this as a nightly refresh, essentially, where it would pull the records and then store in our Access database, which was on a network drive. Yes, I had Access in a network drive, but the user view of that was pretty much the same application, except that it pointed to the database tables on that network connection. But everyone had their own copy of the front end version of the app. And so there was this update mechanism that I had to do. And oh my goodness, it was crazy. But it at least made it to where they had a user interface that was not use your arrow keys to navigate around the screen, get the check in the right place, or push X in the right place. And, you know, it was more modern-ish. But it would have been nice if they let me just go ahead and use full.net to make an MVC app or anything else. And yeah, and at the time it would have been MVC, by the way. Stylus, but I think it might be Firefox only. Yeah, I use Firefox over Chrome. Get off my lawn. No, that's fine. We use Firefox on that computer predominantly. I use Firefox on this computer for doing anything that I want to play sound through the stream. And there is a Chrome plugin too for Stylus. So I've never heard of Stylus. May as well check for it. Firefox forever and always. So it used to be that Chrome, with all of its memory leaks and, you know, just inability for it to perform, I went to Firefox for a really long time because it was the better one. And now Firefox seems to have more of the memory leak performance issues than Chrome. So it's just like hit or miss, depending on the version. Stylus doesn't work for a page like this. Okay, does it work for a page like this? No styles installed for this site. Find styles. This looks like it would take a little bit to get used to. But yeah, that's gonna take some time for me to set up. Anyway, where are we? We're gonna try this. Okay, I got this. Still crashing. Why? Why are you still crashing? So it is loading the JavaScript. If we look in sources, then we should see content, components, soundplayer.js. It still has the old one. Oh my goodness. Dude. Application, clear site data, delete cache. Isn't there like actually a delete? Yeah. Clear. Control F5. Still. Sources. You're still using the wrong one. I do have disable cache. Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow dark. Gimme. How do I install? Install. Okay. Now what do you say? I don't think I finished the install step. Install style. That's a lot of clicks to get one install. Just saying. There we go. Okay, so I got something that's darker mode-ish for Stack Overflow. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so do I have disable cache? I should. Let me stop the app real quick. Let me make sure that we are fully cleared, and I'm gonna open this in a private browser next time. The application, storage, clear site, clear, no cache currently. And in network, I don't have disable cache. Okay. Use a dev browser. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep using this one. I mean, it's a good suggestion. But I mean, like this project shouldn't be anything that's like super duper involved or yeah. I'll get you on Firefox Developer Edition one day. Yeah, it's just that the way that I have my sound set up is Firefox again plays through OBS and I don't want it to. I mean, I don't want my browser sound coming through OBS. But it works in my browser. Crap team. Did I miss anything? I did. It's been a while, but the CSS grid dev tools were way better for the longest time. Yeah, for Firefox. Yeah, I agree. I remember. Wonder why they didn't let you use .NET. Oh, so President not sure. Since it was the VA, Department of Veterans Affairs, and it was government, there's one particular agency in the government that does all of the software dev for Army, for example. And because I report to them, the directorate that I was in reports to them. Yeah, the Department of Redundancy Department. Anyway, I was in a directorate that reports to that one, and that's it. There was no software development at the level that I was at in the organization chart, essentially. To be honest, I just use Firefox Dev Edition because it has a different icon and I have different logins saved in that browser. Yeah. I mean, I have four profiles for Chrome on this machine. And so this one is the one that's set up for streaming. I don't remember Stylus being this terrible. Wait, are you talking about on my screen? Yeah, when you're desperate for a dark mode. Or are you talking about for Stack Overflow? Because this is just, someone else's CSS, and it's good enough. I mean, it makes it not blinding bright. Didn't I say I was going to open this in private? Hey, look, no errors, sources, content, components, sound. Yes, that is the right JavaScript file. So can we get it to work in this browser? No errors. Yes, errors. What is going on? And look, this JavaScript one says that it's the right one. And now, help my brains. Guess when you're desperate for dark mode, that I can't figure out how to turn it on. Turn what on? No, it's the new one now. We just had the old one loaded. Whatever, look, it works. All right. So we have, there is no more issue. There is no more issue. But if you're interested, the thing that we are trying to do now is control this audio HTML element using Blazor. So I want to be able to play this audio element using Blazor. And so what I was thinking of doing, the reason that we were using that JavaScript file at all is because I went through a couple of tutorials that showed me how to use JavaScript to load an audio file and then play. And one of them was use an audio HTML5 semantic element thing and use JavaScript to play that thing. And so what we're doing now is testing that method so we have something that works. It works in all of them now. It was just this, it was cache still, even though we turned off cache. And then when I control F5 for the 80th time, it gave me the updated JavaScript file. And then it worked. So it worked. But yeah, we want to use this play function, which we should have here. Sound player extensions, do something with JS isolation, and that's supposed to happen as soon as it finishes rendering. But I didn't hear it play in my ears. So let's have this thing tell us when it's going to try to play. I really need to have a log overload that just does whatever I tell it to do, console.writeLine instead. So console.writeLine, playing the arrow flight sound. And we may as well go ahead and see if we're even hitting the function. Logging middleware, what do you mean? So console.writeLine is given to us from C# from .NET. Did you update the styles yourself? Oh, the style, how did you do that? There was a link that, what? I don't know, I'm confused, Napalm. I'm very confused. I'm lost. Oh, yeah, you gave me the link to it, and then I hit install like an idiot. Hey, we got a sound. Um, cool. Glad you figured it out. Yeah, okay. So we're paused in the debugger because it hit here. And so are you erroring? Element ref is undefined. Duh, 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 duh. I know what I did wrong. And yes, there is a K at the end of Runk.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I got a worse feeling about this. Else. LMRef equals the passed in element. So what I'm going to do is a ternary operation. I can't remember what anything is called anymore. Okay, so that gets rid of all this here. So if I'm passing in a valid HTML audio element, then we will try to, or then we wouldn't get an error. If I'm passing in a string, we try to get the element from that string as the ID, and then convert that to a HTML audio element. Otherwise, the thing that we passed in is a HTML audio element, is what I was trying to say. And if for some reason we still don't have an element reference, then we return. Otherwise, we play. Let's see if that works this time. Do magic. Okay. No. Thank you, Big Amy. That was exactly... Why did you transpile to... Why? Just why? Just... Why? So if you couldn't tell, the thing that is throwing me is that it keeps outputting my JavaScript. It's supposed to output my JavaScript like this. So I just did a rebuild and it output the correct format, syntax, whatever of JavaScript. Oh wait, no, it didn't. It just deleted it and recreated it. Okay, so now it did. So this is what I'm expecting as the output. But what just happened is I made some changes to the file. Oops. And as soon as I save that, it transpiles to the wrong format. And so I have to stop the app and rebuild so that it gives me the right format. Why? Dugasoft says, you're late to Thindal. Did you already do a thing? Didn't look like it. Shout out. Thindal, guys, if you don't know Thindal, he is a .NET developer doing modernization efforts on an e-commerce app, going from .NET Framework to .NET Core. .NET Core using a lot of the cool new features. Yeah. So, Thindal came in and he says, once a Thindal showed up really late and jumped into the voice channel before he even said hi. Oh, okay. So you want to come into voice channel? Are you ready? I will pull you in. We speak the truth, except when I lie, but I never lie. this statement is not a lie. Or this statement is a lie. And yes, okay, pulling you in. Hello, Thindal, mic check.
Hello, friends. Mic check.
What is that at the top? Why is it needed? This is like, mic checked. This is like ES5 and before or something. I honestly don't know why TypeScript transpiles to having this
Yes.
in it.
Yes.
ES5 and before? Yeah.
I have no idea because I don't really know TypeScript very well.
But
I have
when
used
I build the project, or when I rebuild the project, like so, then it gives me the right format that I'm looking for, which is
Okay, so
ES6.
when does it give you the weird thing?
If I make a modification to the TypeScript file and just hit save, and it does whatever it does at that point in time. And it overwrites
Object
it with
defined
the
property
crap.
exports ES module value true, and then play audio.
Yeah,
is
and so when you try to
0.
use this as isolated JavaScript in a component, it says, I don't know what exports is. It's undefined.
Yeah.
And so it has to be built so that it looks like a mini mall.
That's weird. Have you tried Googling it?
No, because as long as I can get this file in the end, I don't plan on doing too many TypeScript things, and I plan on doing rebuilds a lot, so I'll get the right format. I just want to get this one file to play, that's all. It's just this one file.
Oh, you're
what else did you
doing
see in chat?
Blazor interop.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, son, it's the worst day of your life so far. To President Not Sure? Trying is the first step towards failure? You're so positive, Thindal. So glad
Yeah,
you're
very.
positive.
Hey, I just quoted the Simpsons movie, right? You know, Bart gets like handcuffed to a light pole, naked. And he's crying and saying, "This is the worst day of my life." And Homer goes up to him and says, "No, son, don't worry. This is the worst day of your life so far."
So far. Got
Yeah.
it. Mojo, I think so. I do have plenty of examples where I'm using TypeScript and turning them into .razor.js in my work product. And I don't think it's an issue there.
Did
Let
anyone
me just
see
see
the
if this
ASP.NET Core roadmap for
Yes.
Net 9?
Yes. For Nerfmind?
I'm looking at it right now, so I don't really know anything. But do you want to give me the highlights? If you haven't already talked about it?
I haven't looked at anything. Do the thing. Do the thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Here's the
I
thing.
haven't looked at it. So you're saying that you want this to be the topic right now?
Yes.
Is that what we're hearing? Okay. The play method is not allowed by user agent or the platform in the current context, possibly because the user denied permissions. Allow audio. Good grief. Let me just get this one thing figured out. Whew. There. You guys heard that, right? I know you didn't, Thindal.
No, I don't think I did. No. Did anyone else?
You wouldn't hear it in Discord.
Aw.
But yay, it plays sound. And actually, if I refresh my bot now, it should play sound. Unless OBS browser source does not allow me to play sound. AR bot, turn you down to here, refresh. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so Thindal would like to discuss this thing.
Yes.
For today's topic, we're talking about the roadmap for issues in is work in progress. What?
Yeah, it's
That
just
is
their,
a lot of
documentation
words.
on what they're expecting to include in .NET 9 when it comes to
And
Blazor
you want
and
me to read it
MVC.
now
And
and summarize?
I
Because
mean,
I
we
haven't
could
read this
go over
before, so
it
I
real
can't
quick and
summarize
see if
it
we
to
can
you.
talk about something. Yeah, I haven't read it either. I'm just looking at the titles, more or less. I haven't read the text even. I've just looked at the, list below.
Map of roads. But yeah, yes, Mojo heard it. The whoosh sound. So that's the sound that I just recorded in Audacity. It's right here. And then we did some audio processing, and now it sounds like a whew.
Whoosh.
Yeah, anyway.
What was the original audio before you
Me
started
going,
poking
whew.
with it? Okay. So it was an actual whoosh.
No, it was just me making a noise with my mouth.
Mm.
This is an aspirational list. As Peter says to us, the majority of us do aspirational programming. I love that phrase so much. I'm like, that is what
My
I do.
customers do aspirational ordering. And then I have to sit there and go, no, that's not going to happen. Not in this time frame. Not for this amount of money. Speaking of money, I just started that contract yesterday.
Yes, congratulations.
Yes. Many thank you. Many thank you. It's going
That is
great,
so cool.
actually. I will
Really
be
happy for you.
a member of a team of 2.5, but
Ah.
mostly 2. The issue is that none of the other 1.5 have ever worked in a team. Ever. They don't know Git.
Yeah, small teams are good.
Yeah. They know Git
It's
enough
funny
to,
that you say
they
that
can do a
because
commit.
it's funny that you say that because I had to teach my project manager how to do a pull request via GitHub.
Oh. Yeah, they didn't know how a pull request worked. They were working in master, in main. So they used Git, but they have no idea how it worked. They did, commit and push. That's it. And all the work went into master. No branching, no nothing. So on the good side there, they are listening to me. So the first thing I did was I locked down master, because that's what the branch is called here. So you can't push to it. Can't commit to it. Server will say, no, go away.
I will hire you, Dukasoft. Show them the lazy and Git tutorials.
You know what? We are using Jira and Bitbucket. And I will be honest, since last time I was working with Jira, that thing has come a long way. Still horrible, don't get me wrong, but it's not quite dig your eyes out and throw them in the trash horrible. Now it's more like, scratch your arms until they're kind of reddish horrible instead. It's not at all as bad. That got very graphical, I think, or graphic. But you know what I mean. You worked with Jira, right?
Nope.
Nope.
They want to
Okay.
move us to Jira, but we're like, no,
used
we're good with
to
Azure
be...
DevOps.
Oh yeah, it's so much better. It's so much better. I mean, no one likes working with, the formal stuff and documentation and backlog pruning and everything. But if you have to do it, Azure DevOps is a pretty nice UI for it.
Yeah,
Jira
like,
used to feel like doing it
line.
back in the 80s or something.
Are you logged in on this browser? No.
Hide it.
I don't need to hide it. I mean, I don't mind my emails being shown. I don't even know why I did that.
Yeah.
1, 2.
But who? Yeah, but as I said, I mean, it's way better than it used to be. It's kind of like AWS in that sense, because AWS also used to have a terrible interface. It was so difficult to do anything. It's way better now. Jira
Yeah,
used
I
to
like
look
AWS.
like a
I've
total
always liked
mess.
AWS though.
Huh?
I never had any.
Trello is just a
I like it
board.
better than. I like Trello better than
I
Jira
prefer
or
Azure.
Azure DevOps. But I mean, if he's talking about, or if they're talking about for managing your work items, Trello is super lightweight and easy.
Oh yeah, if what you want is a board, Trello does boards and does it really well.
Yeah.
Including subtasks and everything like that, and checklists, and yeah, absolutely. I prefer having a little bit of a tighter integration with the code from my board. And I prefer having, more levels to it.
I get to my.
Who bought Trello, by the
Oh
way?
my God.
Can't remember. I think it was Fog Creek that
Somebody
started
bought it?
Yeah, I think Fog Creek sold it. Did Atlassian buy Trello? Yeah, Mojo says so, and it wouldn't surprise me. I know that Fog Creek isn't called Fog Creek
Jira
anymore, but who says Jira?
Crafting. Jira is usually preferred because of Confluence, maybe? Nah.
Could be.
Yes. Keep me signed in this browser.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh.
I like how DevOps is, a full package where you can switch out parts, if that makes sense. I mean, you have your boards, you have your backlogs, you have your everything, you have your code, you have your artifacts, you have your documentation and wiki and everything like that. If you want to put something else somewhere else, you can just connect it to a different service somewhere else. You don't have to keep your code in DevOps. You can put it on GitHub.
Yeah, absolutely. That's another great thing. We have all of our code in GitHub Enterprise and then Azure DevOps for backlog, for pipelines.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. So yeah, so like this, it's just an example of how I use it. I usually have a README. That's the introduction page of my wiki, but then I have a full wiki. Usually with
I suck at writing documentation,
a bunch of stuff. I was about to say I love writing documentation, which I do when it's done. The process of writing it sucks, but when I can say, all right, I wrote all this stuff and I can refer back to it now, yeah, I love that.
So you're saying you and documentation is like me and tests? I hate doing them, but I love having them.
Yeah. As soon as you're done, you're like, man, I have all of this code coverage now. I can make changes to my code and know that it's going to get.
Yeah, I can feel so much more confident in not screwing everything up.
Yeah. Man, so I haven't really worked with delivery plans and what are still being called sprints, even though they're iterations. Don't want to get sued.
If you change your project model, it'll change the name to iterations. You can select, your workflow when you
It's probably
create
because this
the
was
project.
really old.
Yeah. You can select, if you want to do Scrum or Agile or I don't know what. There are a couple of options. And you can always go in and change this as well in the project settings afterwards. So I believe at least. Yeah,
Oh,
you can just
this
change
is actually the
what
window
you
that I
call
was
them.
looking for, though. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
I use that for entire releases. And I don't use dates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like basically
That's
version
terrible.
2.1. This should be in it.
Yeah, that's what we have. We have our versions and then our iterations until release. So we're dictated release dates. So they're like, you have 5 sprints for this next release. 5 iterations is what I said for this next release. And
Yeah.
so we'll do them as 2-week iterations.
Mm-hmm.
Rename sprint to crawl. Kanban. So that's the other
my
cool
current
thing. That's what I
crawl is
wanted
up
to show.
until yeah. My current crawl is up to August. Now we're gonna work in 2-week sprints in general, but it's not gonna be, you know, we're not really doing a deliverable every other week, but we're gonna, you know, sit
Is it
down,
more
do
service-based?
a
Is that what it
review.
is?
It's not released, and there's no testing group
Oh.
or anything, at
Oh.
least not yet. It's entirely internal, so it's only the dev team poking at it. But we're gonna try to, you know, every other week we are gonna sit down, basically do some backlog
I
pruning,
didn't claim it was.
move things around, figure out, you know, okay, so what was the issues, do a retro more or less, and then plan for the next 2 weeks. But if we miss a target there, since we're not putting anything live, it's not a huge issue.
Yeah, and we don't really have CI/CD. I mean, we have a CI pipeline that will continuously build our latest master, because ours is also called master. I'm misusing that board. So our release cycle happens usually about every 3 months because it's a desktop app that gets deployed via the Windows Store. And so we don't want to be like Notepad++ and have a release randomly every 2 days, every time you open it. It's like, I have an update. So update in the background, and then tell me that you have an update, and then install it the next time I close and reopen it. Like everything else. Don't block me from using the app. Anyway, so our app,
Yep.
you'll see the update in the Windows Store. That's it. But yeah, definitely not claiming that we use Scrum on our team. Our team.
Oh, that's good. Scrum is. I'm gonna be opinionated. Yeah. Because I tend to be.
And in
Scrum,
this area, please do.
Yeah, definitely. Scrum is agile, which was a good idea. That ended up in the hands of managers who decided they wanted to add a bureaucracy. And they did add good things, but they added way more bad things to it. That's my opinion.
Interesting.
Agile isn't perfect, not in any way. But it's good.
I have seen videos on why Agile is bad, and here's what the better approach is. And there is no actual term for the better approach.
No.
There was one that did have an acronym that was like FAST, or I can't remember.
Isn't FAST like a Scrum copy?
Yeah, was it that one? Is that the one that?
Yeah, FAST is a Scrum copy, but with different words.
Yeah. Yep. Fast and the Furious, obviously.
Fast Project, maybe?
Yeah, I couldn't think of the name
or
of it.
Scrum, or yeah.
Fast Agile is the full name of it. Fluid Scrum sounds familiar. Yeah. But anyway, we're far away from the topic that you actually wanted to go to. Sorry. History.
Yeah,
what
we went
looking at?
into
We're
Azure
optimizing file delivery for web apps. That's the number one thing that I was looking at, because it was first on the list, but it sounds like it'd be beneficial.
So it wants to cache all assets. Make sure we're not using
Redis?
not using old or stale assets after it has updated. So those goals kind of go hand in hand. The first two wants to make sure that it reads the cache when it needs to, and that doesn't read the cache when it shouldn't. I think we're
Oh.
talking about a different fast mojo.
But thank you for making us aware. Now we all have the
Yes.
acronym for detecting signs of stroke.
Stroke. Yep.
Check the face, check the the arms, the speech and time.
So
Oh,
this
that
is
was terrible.
basically caching and minification.
Yeah.
And since we're
So, that's
talking
good.
static, it's not anything about pruning or anything, since it's
they're just
just creating HTML. Yeah.
And minimizing the size of assets served to the browser. I wonder if that includes the Blazor WebAssembly runtime. Or .NET
No,
runtime
this was
for
just
Blazor
static.
WebAssembly.
I think this was only static web apps.
It just says
If you look
for
in the
web
list,
apps.
if you look in the list, not the list, the top list.
That one.
Yeah, the roadmap and
static
web assets. Yeah.
But still for Blazor.
Oh yeah, yeah. All of this, and that's determined, I think, is Blazor and hot reload, and maybe more down below.
The game is like, yeah, I'm clipping that. He said ass. I can't believe he said that on stream.
Who said ass? You did?
I did. Yeah, for fast. It's the acronym for checking the.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Anyway,
so append hashes to
Blazor. That's just going to cause
to,
issues for
or
me because
that's just to get around the cache, right?
Security stuff. Oh, cache, is that what it is? I don't know. The thing that I know is when they do like file hash on, or what are they called? The thing that gets added to your index.html file script source equals blah, and then you get the hash code after that, and it always has
the SHA-1. Yeah, that's a security thing to make sure that the file you're loading is the one that you're intending to load.
Is the right one. But I keep getting issues with that when I'm using a progressive web app and updating, say, a JavaScript file.
Because then the SHA doesn't match anymore.
Yeah. And it's like, well, you should have updated then.
Yeah.
Dear sir or madam.
I haven't read these beyond the title, but I understood that more like it adding hashes to do the same thing that the first part did, where it would, you see layers and then a hash.png to get around the caching. Like, I have updated this file. Cool. You need to load this.
I like that.
And if it's not updated, it'll keep the old cache, or the old hash, I mean.
So this is probably an answer to the issue with PWAs where you update the file and then you are like, I'm not getting the new file.
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe so.
Wrong browser.
I won't be able to hear this.
Cursing on stream. Well, you can click on it on your own, and now you can hear it.
I could.
Now we all have the acronym for detecting signs of stroke.
Yep.
Check the face. Check the the arms. Now we all have the acronym. Got it. I hope that one. If I ever get a video shout out, I hope that's the one that plays most often.
Yeah. Check the ass. Wonderful.
You gotta check it.
Mm-hmm. Or something.
I'll spend 50k points on that. Nice.
Love it.
But yeah, I like this a lot.
It's
gonna be a good feature.
Don't like the way you have to fix it in a more, general sense, but the fact that they're open to doing it to solve this problem is a good thing. Do you understand what I mean? It's like, it feels like there should be a better way of doing it, but as far as I know, there isn't. I know that WordPress, for example, they add the timestamp for the last update to like CSS files. Ubisoft, you're banned. He just banned himself.
And I'm with the band.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it would be an overall positive. They're definitely talking about the right things, which is like, are we covering all of the cases for when we're referencing one of these files that's going to get the hash appended to it, or is there maybe some way to read the file in the app without the hash?
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Integrity support. That's what it's called. Integrity support. So the Blazor runtime is the one that keeps getting the integrity support issue with the SHA-256 hash.
Okay, so as soon as you do something, it reprunes it and you get a new binary.
Except
and it
that
says,
the
no,
old
I
one
don't
is
trust
still
this because the hash is...
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do prisoners call each other? What do prisoners use to call each other?
Cell phones.
Oh,
Yes,
I want to keep my head
Dukasoft.
down on my desk when I do that. We'll see if we get the same joke that automated realms always tries to tell. Tell us a good joke. Not a terrible joke, a good joke. It's not listening. Speaking of, how is Zelda? Is she even better than before?
She is well. She's really well. She's starting to, fight me when I have to make her take her pill. So I take that as a good sign. She's more full of energy.
He's not listening yet.
In the beginning she was just, this is my life now. Yeah, exactly. But now it's like, no, I feel good. You are bad, man. Go away.
Stop it with these pills and shots and stuff.
Yeah, no shots, luckily. But she gets a pill every evening. She's going to be getting that for the rest of her life, and yeah. Poor thing. As long as she's doing better. And she's still very shaved on her tummy.
What's the difference between a snowman and a snowwoman?
Snowballs. Come on, that one was actually kind of funny. In a terrible way.
Oh my goodness. It's because I said ass, isn't it? I broke hearts, and so now we're just going to be doing all this stuff.
Ooh.
And it always says that one.
Dressing.
Always says that one. You're not very creative. I mean, I do have the temperature turned down to like 0.4, so it'll be fairly consistent. That is a pretty bad joke. It's like, okay. Thanks. Ooh, Big Gamey should be 10 minutes till Big Gamey's stream starts. Oh, yes. And someone already got a first. Who was it? Oh, why did the pirates go to the party? Because he wanted to get his share of the loot.
That doesn't make sense to me. Did I miss something important here?
No. It starts telling these jokes that are like, it's supposed to be funny because here's the logic behind it. Why don't eggs share their toys? Because they're a little shellish. It's like, what? And if you tell it to tell you a programming joke, it tells this one that's just like, why didn't the developer go to the party or something? Tell us a software development joke. And it just starts giving us weird stuff. Why did the developer quit his job? Oh, this one was great. Because he didn't want to deal with the bugs anymore. Obviously. No. Oh, it had a really
Ink his
good one
code.
about...
Link his code, ink his code. That one was all right.
No, we do not condone this, Automated Realms. Anyway, we
Inking
got
code?
through three items.
Yeah.
No.
Doing
no,
the important
no,
things,
don't
right?
encourage it with that one. No.
No. Add an API to tell you the current render mode. Well, that makes sense, especially when you're doing mixed. So you could have one component that's static and one that's server and whatever. And you want
then we can
to
access
check
it in
the
code.
status of something else. Yep. Sounds smart. Possibly.
No,
and
dude,
I mean,
it's not bad.
I'm just guessing here. Could it also maybe see if it's server rendered or WASM rendered when it's in auto mode, you think?
Yeah, I would assume so. But like the more interesting one would be before you even start rendering a thing. So like when you're starting the app, for example, and it's loading app.razor or whatever you happen to have that file called, can you check it in there just before everything else starts showing so that you know maybe what loading screen to use, or maybe even in the index.html, which got replaced by all the other weird stuff.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Why did the Thindal cross the road to get to
and
the
that
other
joke
side
was
of the joke?
That was bad.
But anyway, I was saying that because I wasted so much time. And we're done with this game, and I really do want to get back because our build is broken. Or not, no, our build is working. A change that I made for our current release is causing the app to crash as soon as you push the sign in button. But only in the pipeline build.
Don't think about you breaking everything else. Think of your bug fixing everything else because no one encounters those bugs. Like if they can't sign in, then they don't know if the rest isn't working.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about the greeting message having their display name or not.
Yeah, exactly.
My code is already perfect. Yeah. But anyway,
life was way easier before because you could just make the computer blue screen and then you could just blame Microsoft for everything. Just try and write to null or something and bang, done. Microsoft's fault. Yeah.
Yes.
So, stand up. I've been coding for money again. Woohoo! And it's been going great. Really good, actually.
What'd you do?
I'm not doing. I'm trying to build up a structure for a team, and I've been introducing them to a proper unit of work and repository pattern because they had created classes called repositories, but I'm not entirely sure what they were thinking of when they did it. So they want to work with repositories. I think they heard the word somewhere, but I'm trying to help them. On the other side of the coin,
ignorant people?
No, they're not ignorant. They just haven't done it before. They're very open to learning, so they're not ignorant.
Which means they're ignorant of it.
I'd say an ignorant person refuses to learn or refuses to adapt.
That's probably a connotation, but the actual definition.
Yeah, I can agree. The actual, lacking knowledge. I can definitely agree with, the actual meaning, but for me it means someone that's stuck in their ways and the ways are dumb. Yeah. Other than that, I am leaving the city on Tuesday to go to Stockholm, and on Wednesday I'm on a stage.
Awesome. Hopefully we'll be able to see you live.
No. Afraid not.
I want to see you live.
It's not televised. It will be on YouTube.
I want to see you live.
Oh, you can see me live when I stream, man. That's about as close as you're getting. Unless you're open to, traveling. Or I'm open to traveling. That'd be kind of nice. Yeah. So, no blockers. all good.
Cool.
Mm.
All right,
How
thanks
about
for
you?
being part of the stream.
Tell us about
I
you.
am working on figuring out this issue that is happening only in the daily build or in our CI build, where click the sign in button, it launches the page, the web app, the web browser for the user to sign in, but the app crashes immediately. So the callback is not handled. So it looks like the browser's broken when really it's the app is gone. There are no event logs. There are no indications of the app supposedly crashing, so I need to check through the code and make sure there are no pre-compiler messages that are happening only in release mode. And yeah, I just got to figure it out before the end of the
When
day.
you're saying no
So
event
I
logs,
need to
you're
figure that
meaning
out.
the actual Windows event log, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And we have a base handler catch all dispatcher dot unhandled exception thing that's supposed to log any unhandled exception, and it's not
Yeah.
even going through that. So I have no idea what's going on.
Well, good luck. And I mean
Thank
that
you.
in the actual sense of the word, not, being an ass. So take care, man.
Awesome. Ciao.
Yeah, I'll see you around. Bye.
Yep. And thank you all for being here. We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. We're gonna head over to Bardaki, who I am going to immediately tell I have a lot of stuff to do. His stream is marked as being for mature audiences only. So if you are not interested in seeing stuff, hearing stuff for mature audiences only, then don't follow us to his stream. Otherwise, head on over with me. I'll be lurking on his stream, lurking on Big Gamey's stream, lurking on Red Cabin Games, Code Red Games, Irish John when he starts, maybe Mooniz. I don't know. There's a lot of really cool people that are online at the moment. So one of the places that I love to be active in, though, is Big Gamey's stream. But again, I need to figure out this issue, so I won't be very active. I didn't know there was a test to go to build. I'm screwed. I'm sorry. But anyway, hope to see you guys again. I'll be back on Monday. Have a great weekend. I will post the recording of this video to YouTube no sooner than 24 hours after I end the stream. And yeah, feel free to join us on Discord. Okay, ciao for now. See you over wherever you happen to be. I see all of you guys around on other people's channels too, supporting them. So, ciao.